Okay, from where I left off last time, I was about to go inside of the Chalice dungeon to... I need to get at least about 2 sections in order to get the Root Chalice to get the Burial Blade. Alright. Time to roll on into it. I don't necessarily need the Burial Blade leading up to Hemwick Charnel Lane, but I don't... it's not really, you know, necessary to go there right away. I'll be able to get the item to get the... to enable the runes, which for these first couple of dungeons aren't going to be extremely necessary. The increase that you'll get from the few runes that you have now won't be that important. I'm not going to be doing an absurd amount of Chalice dungeon diving in this run. The last time I did it, my last playthrough, I did, you know, all the Chalice dungeons, but there's very few that are actually enjoyable. Some bosses are just pretty bland or just outright frustrating. Very few are enjoyable, with the exception of a few like the Abhorrent Beast or the Tumerian Descendant and Elder. I just went back up the same way I went. And of course, there's the Guardian of the Platinum Trophy, Queen Yarnum, but even she's not necessarily that difficult of a boss. It's a more of like just a cool boss than it is actually challenging. Also one of the very few bosses, or actually, I think it's the only boss that inflicts rapid poison. There's almost nothing that inflicts rapid poison in here. There's like maybe like 3 enemies or so. Like about a handful or less than a handful that inflict rapid poison. Not a lot. It's just that's a status effect you'll very rarely have to actually care about. The frenzy and poison, a lot more frequent. The swinging blades, the old enemy. As I fall and nearly die, reminds me of Sen's Fortress back in the olden days. Oh, the Snatcher. That's a red enemy. Red enemies are unique in the sense that they will... There's a bell ringer that spawns them, and they'll keep on coming after you until you kill the bell ringer. They can be quite irritating. One Molotov, that's, you know, not really that great. I don't know what's dying. Probably stuff getting hit by the swinging blades and getting killed. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to get hit by the blades this time. But oh. Alright. There's the bell ringer over there. Oh my god, these guys with the poison daggers. Alright. That's taken care of. Of course, a guy hiding in the fog. Or smoke, whatever. These guys are usually pretty easy to deal with. Oh, yeah, and they sometimes drop ritual blood, which is useful for when you're doing, you know, higher tier chalice dungeons. You always have to find these switches to open up the door to the boss area. Now, there was another path that you can go through that had a bunch of rats over here. I'm gonna go explore it just for the hell of it. Hopefully they don't give me too much of a hassle. Rats in high numbers are always a tough thing to deal with. More because, you know, you'll try to hit multiple and one in the back will dive at you and stagger you, and then the rest will kill you. So, yeah, not very much in here. There's just a couple Molotovs and probably, yeah, blood vials. Yeah, some paths in the Chalice dungeons don't give you either very little or anything at all. Now, before I go do the boss, I'm gonna go back and load up on my blood vials because I'll probably need it for this first one because he hits pretty tough. He hits pretty hard. Always never hurts to be prepared. Generally a good idea if you're going to face a boss and you have a little bit of blood echoes. You can just, you know, load up on some extra supplies. Just a good thing to do beforehand. Just buy yourself extra blood vials because if you're going to struggle, you'll go through them. I don't recall this boss being particularly weak to fire, but the extra boost definitely won't hurt. As long as it's not immune to the element you're using, it will do a little bit of extra damage. Which, really, the only elements you have in here are fire and bolt. So, you know, it doesn't hurt. Yeah, this guy hits pretty hard. He has a weak point on his leg there. You see the pussy, you know, growth that it has. Oh yeah, and it can also kick you too. Now it's entering its second phase where it does this like ground attack that can hit you if you're close to it. It's constantly bleeding too. Oh, yeah, and yeah, he can turn around pretty quickly. So even staying behind him isn't, you know, always the best thing. The Spartan kicking here. Oh, good. I guess fire is good for staggering them. That actually went pretty well. Now, the good thing about doing these dungeons is that you will get some good blood gems. Often the best blood gems you will find down here. Even early on, you'll find yourself a good one like the one I just got. Also, it's a good way to gathering insight because there are lots of bosses down here, so you can just keep on doing some and gathering extra insight. And you could always redo the chalice after you've completed it. You can just take it off and then redo it. Or do a root chalice where it's not procedurally generated. And a little tough to see down here now. Always nice to have a torch with you. Always hiding behind something. Ah, there they are. Another one with poison knives. Ugh. Depending on what chalice you're on, the enemy's variety will vary. That you can get some unique ones that you won't find in the regular overworld, or and those statues will shoot flaming bolts at you if you step on a pressure plate. So it's always a good idea to like watch out for, you know, discrepancies on the floor. And always these stupid incense urns or whatever they are, always hiding enemies behind them. Oh, there's a bell ringer around, so there's an enemy. Those red enemies can follow you a good bit too, so it can be difficult to track down where the bellkeeper is. If you can figure out where they're coming from, you can trace them back. Of course, that one is just chilling. That looks like a ritual chest. There's always something guarding those. Ah, and I dove into the kick. I was trying to go by it, and I hit the stick in the wrong direction, just dove right into his kick. Well, at least I didn't go too far in. Oh! Okay. Well, that was an enemy spawner. Yeah, that can happen too. Step on a pressure plate and it'll spawn enemies like that. Not fun. Let's see if I can remember where I went here. I think it was this way. Yeah. Yeah, there's the sleeping guy. Oh, I thought I got him. Alright, let's not screw up again. I don't exactly know what the point of that, like, wind tunnel is. It just inconveniences you. It's probably one of the easiest ways of dealing with the snatchers. Yeah, more blood shards, as if I really need more of them. I mean, you really could never have the... Oh, great, another monster spawner. Jeez. Boy, those spawners really have it out for me. Oh. If I can stop hitting the wall. Well, now I know where the bell ringer is. Probably in this room over here. You'll usually see them. Yep, there she is. Oh boy. Got an army coming after me now. Alright. I think I can work this out. Or, you know, I had a better plan in mind than that. It just didn't work out that way. Okay. Stop throwing fire at me. I'm trying to just avoid these guys and go right for the bell ringer, because they'll either despawn or they'll get stunned for a brief moment. I'm gonna have to fight my way through, though. At least a little bit. There we go. Alright. Yeah, the red enemies will despawn if you kill the bell ringer. Oh, great. Big fatty with his club. I'm pretty sure he just, you know, does his best Sonic impression and rolls around. Yeah, these guys are annoying to deal with. Yeah, it's total horseshit. They will, like, knock themselves over on occasion, but it's really annoying to deal with their moveset. I'm just gonna chalk that up to luck. I didn't predict that. I was just fishing at that point. Do one quick glance around and see if I didn't forget to pick anything up. Oh, there's a couple enemies right here. Oh, fire paper. That's a nice drop. This looks like the lower level. Ah, yeah, it is the lower level. Alright. I just have to remember not to walk in the middle of the room. I don't remember if those spawners keep re-triggering themselves. Prep for the boss fight. In the first couple of dungeons, you won't get a whole lot of blood echoes from the bosses that you beat, so you don't. It's not really a large amount that you're gonna gather up for, you know, leveling up purposes. On occasion, when you open up this door, there is sometimes like side passages that'll take you to extra ritual materials, and it usually is a good idea to explore them. However, in this case, there isn't any, because these first couple are simple. Now, this one is, we got 3 big fat dudes. You just have to try to take care of them as we go along. Contrary to belief, the chieftain is not the strongest of the 3. They're all stuck in a nice Molotov hit there. Ah, pot shot. Come on. Whoops. Alright, that may... Alright, good, that's one down. Once you take care of at least one, it's not that bad. Trying to chip them through the wall. It ain't working that way. Want to kill that chieftain so I can take care of the last guy by myself. There we go. This shouldn't be hard now. You can get up underneath him. He has a friggin' blunderbuss that he's not going to hit you with. And then he switches at some point to his club. Or in this case, he's not. There we go. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Now, we do have the root chalice, which is what we want for going after the burial blade. I'm going to trigger the lantern down in the layer 3 here, which I believe is the last layer to the first chalice. And then I'm going to have to look up the glyph that leads to the burial blade. Because I don't remember what it is offhand. Also, I need to make sure I have the right materials in order to activate it. Where'd she... Oh, she's probably over at that other gravestone. It's annoying when she decides to switch locations. only enough for one. Might as well put it in skill. I mean, that is going to be our main stat.
Farewell, good hunter. May you find your worth in the waking world.
Bear with me a moment here as I try to find the glyph that I need for the burial blade location. Oh, I need tomb mold. Well, that sucks, because I don't have any of that. Well, I guess we're not doing it just quite yet, then. I should have, went over the materials before actually, you know, doing that. I do need regular ritual blood, which isn't an issue. I can get that. Yeah, it didn't actually say, you know, what was required. I just assumed I only needed ritual blood for it, but, well, that's not the case. Well, I do need that. I think I need, it said 2 of each. I need 2 ritual 1 and 3 tomb mold. Well, in the meantime, I'll purchase 1 and then keep going in the dungeon because well, that's the only place to really get this stuff. So I'm just gonna have to keep trekking on through, you know, until I find myself tomb mold, which I hope I can get in this layer. If not, then I'll have to do it in the next dungeon, which I don't mind doing. I just didn't think I'd have to go through, you know, several layers. We must go deeper. Oh, they're right out of the gate here. I do not remember what the boss of this one is, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be getting into. Oh, it's the... Oh, no. Not you guys. It's the big centipede tree things. Oh, no. I hate these guys. I'm stuck. Yeah, these guys suck. If you are far away from them, they shoot giant fireballs at you. And they take a good amount of hits to knock out. Oh, great, there's a bell ringer on top of that, too. Arcane Haze is... Yeah, they're not pretty. There's only one in the base game. And they're probably scattered all over the place in here. Because there's usually, like, one in, like, each corner of this, like, big open area. Oh, great, there's the bell ringer, probably at the top. Please give me twin shards. A blood gem. Oh, well, that reminds me. Oh, no. I forgot to put better gems in my weapon. And now I'm being hunted down. They're running after me like I'm, you know, like they're the repo man. Oh, good. Take her out. Alright, good. Some of them may stay, but they are significantly weaker without the spawner. Alright. Well, that could have been bad. That's not the ritual blood I'm after, but I'll take it. Come on. I don't know what the hell was up with that. This is a cannon. It can hit you. You cannot reposition it, unfortunately. So it's essentially useless for you. Again, not the blood I'm looking for. This is not the blood I am looking for. Although these guys do sometimes drop it, so I'll take a stab at them. Oh, that was a tree was in the way. Again, not the blood I'm looking for. I will need that for the other Chalice dungeons, but it's not what I'm after, primarily. I'll probably just have to buy into... Oh, great, it's another one of you. I have no idea what these things are weak against. I don't know if they're weak to fire or bolt. They have a lot of health and don't take a lot of damage in general. Best thing to do is to just stay underneath them and just rotate and stab away. And make sure you catch the little flower bud that they drop. The arcane haze is useful for later, but a lot later, not anytime soon. Now I have to find that staircase again. What the... Oh, they're up there. That's fine. This is where I need to go anyhow. Alright, let's see what horrors lie ahead. Oh, it's the ghost. The crying ghost. They drop a lot of bullets. I don't understand how that necessarily works, but ghosts equal bullets. I'm gonna make sure there's nothing else around here. I'm gonna get jumped by multiple guys as I fight this one. Oh, he's still up. An easy solution to that. And now his big fat ass is covering the switch. There's one of those traps. Okay, I guess there is nothing else in here. Moving on. Now we need to backtrack through this, you know, big open area to the entrance so we can get through to the boss area. There's different versions of like these areas later in the Chalice dungeons, and it is just horror. There'll be like dogs, more of those big centipede trees. It's just really, really bad. Okay, yeah. Go this way. I think there might be a side passage up ahead, which is... Yep. Which I do need to explore, because if there's tomb mold around, I'm gonna need it. Oh, jeez. Well, hello. Nice to see you, too. Oh, it's a snatcher. Get off. Alright. Let's see what's up ahead here. Doesn't seem like a dangerous place. Thankfully. Oh, okay, good. There's the tomb mold. Well, I might as well just finish this place out while I'm here, because I'm almost done with it anyhow. Can't just leave a good work undone. Come on. There we go. Okay, there is guys down there. Blood vials. Oh. Surprised that actually worked. Normally, oof, that's not a pretty sight. Ugh, Jesus. Normally trying to do a visceral attack on stairs, it doesn't register right. More ritual blood, that'll be useful if I want to do other dungeons. So, well, I have the tomb mold that I need. Along with the, along with whatever else I need to make the next level of the one I'm in now. It'll probably lead me back to the room where the ghost lady was. Yeah, so that's one. That's a pressure plate on the ground right there. It's sticking out a little bit. Yeah, it'll shoot, you know, darts like that at you. Okay, yeah, this is where I came back then. Yeah, it's a little tough to see some of them, but there is cases where it's like an entryway to a door. If you see the statue on the other end, you're gonna definitely notice it then, because they don't put them there for just decoration. It's there to kill you. Now, the ones that spawn enemies, I definitely don't notice them sometimes. I'll just walk over it and then bam, there's 5 enemies around me. It scares the shit out of you. I'm not gonna bother going back for this one just because I have the maximum amount of supplies that I need. And I do not remember what this one is, so I'll probably know as soon as these doors open. Oh yeah, it's the watchdog. Oh crap. Hang on. I gotta change my outfit a little bit for fire. This guy's pretty nasty. I'll probably be here for a little while on this one. This one does a lot of... Yeah, he does have a big neck. This is one of those cases where it's not a good idea to attack him in the face. You actually want to hit him in the limbs because... I don't know what... I think he... Oh yeah, it pukes lava. It's disgusting. When you hit the limbs... When you hit the limbs, it'll, like, stagger it and it'll break them. So it's a good opportunity to do more damage, and you'll do more damage to the limbs in general. Not to mention the fact you don't want to be close to its head at all, because it does a lot of damage. Anything with good fire resistance is a must. That's why I switched to the outfit as quickly as I could. Alright, yeah, there, so you can chain that too. It gets more aggressive, like, when you do this, but it's a good idea to get as much damage as possible into it. Yeah, there, it like, exhausts its flames a lot more when you break them. You see, it's you know, like, venting more flames now that I broke its limbs. So now I have to get this side, if I can. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, it's a very quick death if you get hit by it a couple of times. Well, now that I know, I can switch to the entire charred outfit, so I can get maybe that, and I should go back and equip my better runes so I do more damage. Pick up better runes, you forget to put them in. Such is the way. Yeah, charred hunter gloves. And the trousers. It has no helmet, or hat in this case, so whatever has the best... Any of these all have the same fire resistance besides the top hat, so I'll just... that one don't look good. I'll switch to the hunter hat. Yeah, there we go. It has a big freaking, like, Dracula collar. It's really... It's not the best looking, but it has the best fire resistance for now. Okay, that's definitely better. And so is that. So... Yeah, that's definitely going to be a lot better for this coming part. That's pretty much like how most of the chalices work, is that the first two layers have like simple to medium difficulty bosses, then at the end they throw like a big bastard like that, or a tougher like human enemy at you. The downfall of a skill build is if you want to parry, if you try to gun parry, you know, a lot, when you run into big enemies like that, you can't do it, so that's, you know, kind of like a big feature knocked out of your strategy. I don't naturally need that because fire is obviously not going to be good against this thing. And I don't really have anything else that'll help me. and figure out where I died, so I can go pick up my echoes when I have the chance. Yeah, doing a little bit more damage this time around, which is good. Okay, it's in the middle there. It's that charge is a bitch too. If you get smacked by that, you're pretty much gonna be nearly dead. Ooh, that hurt. If you favor its right side, that's generally the place that you want to be at, because you can avoid most of the attacks, as opposed to its left, because it's harder to dodge its attacks on the left. So if you can break its limbs on the left quickly, that's, you know, better. And swing around onto the back leg there and get some hits in. That's an AoE explosion. You don't want to get hit by that either. You just pretty much haul ass whenever you see a big aura surrounding it. Okay. The vomit is a good opportunity to just get some free damage in, because it takes a while for it to use it, and then you can have a good opportunity to get behind them. I just felt like shooting them just for the hell of it. This one's a real bitch to do later on in the Defiled Chalice, where your HP is halved and all the enemies will basically just kill you in one hit. Like the worst part of doing any of the game. So you pretty much need to do it like flawlessly. Just one mistake and you're just dead. Oh. I don't know what I actually, you know, caused them to stagger there, but it worked out. That actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. Now I got a fire blood gemstone, so now I can imbue my cane with fire if I wanted to. It's good for fighting beast enemies, especially. Couple that together with the gold gem that increases beast damage. Pretty much got yourself a good weapon against any sort of beast-like enemies. Exactly. I don't know, maybe I broke his face. I don't normally attack him in the head. So, I guess that also worked, because you don't want to attack him from the front. That's the absolute worst thing you can do. Now I should be able to cause this through... Oh. Hang on. I gotta go buy myself the shitty blood quick. Okay. Conduct ritual. Okay. Did I not do this right? Don't tell me I fucked this up. Hang on a second. I definitely don't think I did this right, somehow. Yeah, I think I screwed this up somehow. I'm not entirely sure how, but hang on. If that's the case, I'm going to be really mad at myself because I'm going to need to go find more tomb mold. I really don't feel like trekking through it, you know, to find more. Ah, that explains it. I forgot to turn on network features. Well, that explains a lot. Well, that's very unfortunate because I do not have... I forgot... Yeah, that was my bad. And I have to go get a PlayStation Plus membership for really quick to do that. So, I especially am a moron. Uh, so, we're gonna need to stop the broadcast for a bit until I fix this little snafu here. I will be back as soon as possible.